Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm Flash, your host, and this time I'll be talking about something more personal. About my issues with people, my trust issues with them. First of all, I want to say is that I am a shy person, and my personality, I'm very shy, and I don't really dare to talk to people, especially women. I don't know why, it has always been that way. Especially when I was younger, it was a lot worse than that. And now it's already a little bit better, but there's also a few things that happened to me in the past, and that maybe has caused it. Maybe that's one of the reasons that I'm still so shy. I hope I can someday ever get over it, but I'll be telling a few stories now as of why I am so shy, or why I have so much trust issues in people. First of all, it's when I was very young, and the first school I went when I was 6 years old. 6 years old. I was, of course, like I said, I was a shy guy. A joke now from the inside. But I didn't really have any friends at school because nobody liked me. Why? Because I didn't talk. I barely talked. Even if the teacher asked me to answer a question, I almost never answered because I just didn't dare, because I was so shy. And because of that, none of my classmates actually really talked about me because talked with me because they thought I was a creep, a little creep, because I never talked, I never answered. I always kind of looked away, like if I would look at the camera, but I keep looking away. I kept doing such things because I was shy. And because of that, none of my classmates liked me because I didn't talk, I didn't really play, I wasn't really optimistic or anything like that. And so I didn't have any friends. I never really had any friends when I was really young. And also when I was 6 and 7 years old, the first 2 years in school, I got bullied by a kid who had the exact same name as me. That was fun. And why did he bully me? Because I was shy. And because I also was small, fat. Not anymore now. I made sure I'm not like that anymore. I can't really do anything about my height, but at the other thing I can do a lot about. But yeah, that guy, yeah, was an asshole. But strangely enough, a year ago, we talked to each other on, I won't say this a lot, Facebook. And he actually apologized for his behavior when in school. But I said to him, it's no problem, man, leave it be, just let it go. We were 6 and 7 years old, we were kids, we didn't know you didn't know what you were doing to me. I'm not gonna blame him for something that he did, 14 and 15 years ago, so I'm not gonna blame him. But even after and he only bullied me the first 2 years because in the third year of school he changed to another school. Why? I have no idea why. But even then, third, fourth year, I was very lonely actually. Because nobody talked to me, nobody liked me. And yeah, it's not much to say about it. But then in the 5th year I finally got a friend. And I didn't feel as lonely anymore. There was actually someone who talked to me. And who actually became friends with me. So I finally had a friend. And he introduced me to his friends and I became friends with them. So I became very happy at that moment. I wasn't lonely anymore. I didn't hate school because I really hated school. I still hate it. People talk to me now and say to me like, oh, you're gonna love it. No, you're gonna love it. No. You're gonna think about the times in school. You're gonna love that day. You're gonna be, Jesus Christ, I can't even talk. You will love those days back in the past. No. I'm glad I'm fucking rid of it because I hated it. Every single fucking year of it. I will talk about more schools later on. But 5th year was one of the only years that was actually bearable to me because my own classmates still didn't talk to me or didn't really care anything about me. But I actually have finally. I had a few friends. Same in the 6th year. My own classmates never gave a shit about me. But of course I didn't give a shit about them. And I still have my friends, luckily. Well, actually, I'm lying now. There was one classmate who was, I'm not gonna say we were friends, but she actually talked to me. She didn't act like I was a creep. She didn't think that way. She actually talked normal to me, like I'm a normal human being. She actually knew that I was shy, and she never minded that. She never thought about it. Wait a minute, sorry. It goes a lot easier when you're short and social. I also added a bit more. Now we'll go to high school. I hated that even more, because it was same old again. I still had my friends, but they were in other classes. Well, they all actually always were in other classes, or in other schools. And with some of them, I'm not friends anymore because, well, you grow out of each other. That sort of stuff just happens, unfortunately. But first and second year at high school, again the same. My classmates, they didn't really talk about it. They actually laughed at me because I was shy. And there was one guy in my class that bullied me again for the first 2 years. But then it was actually a lot worse. It was mental, I can say. He yelled at me, he screamed at me, he scolded me for everything. Also again, fat and little, and that was just the small things. And he also bullied me physically. He beat me up. Why? Because he was bigger, he was stronger, he was older. I couldn't take him on. I couldn't do anything against him. But yeah, I still hate that guy. If that guy ever says to me, "Oh, I apologize for me," no, you were fucking 14 years old. You know what you were doing to me and to others. I wasn't the only one. And again, I really hated those years at school. I just fucking hated it so much. And I never ever want to go back to school again. Because I hate it, and I don't want to feel lonely again. Because I really felt lonely at school. Because I had my friends, but in the class, I felt so lonely. 8 hours a day in the same fucking class. Nobody likes you. Why? Because you're shy. I'm never a bad guy. I never did anything wrong to someone, but they always judged me because I was silent and shy. Yeah, sorry. I don't really like to think about those days. Why am I making this video then? I don't know. I just feel like talking about it right now. And yeah, and then we go to third year in high school. Then I went to another school because I wanted to go to that school, and sort of a nursing school, caretaker school. I think that's the best way I could say it. Yes. And then school was a little bit better for me because my classmates, there was nobody I really talked to. There was really any of my friends, but they didn't judge me because I was shy, so I at least had that. But there were a lot of bitches in the school. All those women that, there were so many women in that school. Well, scared to nurse school, so not much men. But oh my god, those women. My god, it was annoying a lot of times to be in that class, honestly. So annoying. So many, how do you say, cat fights and bitch fights, how to say, really. Jeez, it wasn't even normal. In third year, fourth year, fifth year, even with different women, different classmates, it was bad actually. It was really bad. And but at the third year, I finally met my best friend, who is still my best friend now. Finally, someone I can talk to about everything. It doesn't mean I can't say anything to my other friends, but it's just I have a special bond with him, and that will always be like that. But you might say this is like more of a, I thought it was going to be a trust issues with people. Well, now is the thing. So also because I'm shy, also not being able to talk to women, relationships, nah for me, nah. Still nowadays not that nah. But when I was 18 years old, I was then, was it? I'm thinking about now. No, my 5th year. No, the second time I did my 5th year of high school, I needed to do a year over. Well, I did a class that wasn't really my thing. I made a mistake. It wasn't my thing, and then I chose something else that was my thing. But then I finally met a girl who I could talk to. Someone I really liked, and I fell in love with her. I don't really easily fall in love with someone. It doesn't happen a lot. I really need to know someone better before. love at first sight will never ever happen to me, because you need to know a person at least a little bit. And I actually got to know her, and we actually got together. She was my girlfriend, or at least I thought so. And sorry that I shouldn't be looking down, but it's just thinking about it doesn't make me really happy. But then a little bit later on, 1 week later, we were not even together for 1 week. She just broke off with me. Broke up, not off. Just suddenly. I was like, why? What did I do? Because I didn't really understand it. But then I discovered that she never wanted to be together with me. And that she lied. Everything she said to me, everything she had done, everything she said to me was all a lie. She said she liked me. She said that she loved me and all that stuff. That was all a lie. Why? Because apparently I discovered after a bit of asking to people and all that stuff that she does that to a lot of guys. She likes to hurt people. That was actually a fucking hobby of hers. I was not happy. I was actually kind of heartbroken. For the first time in my life, I found someone I could share things, and she's a fucking lying bitch. And that's one of the things that I have trust issues with people. Why should I trust anyone if she just does that and I never saw it coming? People bullying me, people thinking I'm a stupid idiot because I'm shy. Why would I trust someone if they say something to me? How can I believe that they're talking the truth? And now it's another thing that actually bothers me more, a lot more. I talked about my best friend, always my best friend, will always be. And he had also, when he was around 18 years old also, I think, he got a girlfriend. She was, I think, 2 or 3 years younger, but she was very mature for her age. She actually was, well, not like most people of her age. No, she was she was actually quite mature in the way she also thought. She also had 2 siblings, a brother and a sister, that were mentally handicapped. So you actually need to be a bit mature to be able to handle that. Even if they're your brother and sister, that's not easy to do that. And of course, it's like if your best friend gets a girlfriend, it's like, am I gonna like her? I hope so, because, well, it's your best friend. You need to talk to her for the rest of your life, or for the rest of the relationship. And actually, she became one of my best friends. I really could talk to her about everything. I really had support of her. I could say everything. If I had any troubles, I could go directly to her. And same to me. If she had any trouble, she wanted to talk about anything, doesn't matter what, she could come to me immediately. I would do anything for her. She was like a sister to me. She was actually a sister to me. She was the sister I never had. I don't have any siblings, by the way. No siblings. But then, you might think something may have happened. So my best friend and she broke off. And broke up. Why do I always say broke off? Broke up at some time. So it was a shame, but she was still one of my best friends. And I said to my best friend, like, I know you broke up with her. I said it right this time. But she's also one of my best friends. I will never let her down. She's still one of my best friends. And he had no problem. He was like, yeah, that's none of my business, of course. If you hang out with her, if you talk to her, we're not together anymore. You can do whatever you want. He was like that. So I was happy with that. But then 1 week later, again, what is it with 1 week? 1 freaking week. 1 week later, she let me say the friendship was over very, very quickly. After 1 week, she had already a new boyfriend, and that's very, very quickly to broke up with someone. I was thinking about if I said it right again. Wrong, I mean. So she had another boyfriend, and that was actually very, very fast, and that's like, that doesn't sound good. And apparently, she wanted to break up with my best friend for a long time already, not because of the relationship going bad, but she wanted to be together with that guy. And actually, she didn't cheat on him, but it was very, very rude. Like, you just broke up, and you already go to another guy? I was like, I was honestly disappointed in her. I didn't expect that of her. But I wouldn't let my mind be clouded by that. I was like, I just sent to her and I said to her just like, I don't know why you do that. If you wanted to be together with that guy, why didn't you break up with my best friend immediately instead of lying to him for months that you love him and all that stuff? Like, I was really disappointed in her, and I just said to her, I'm just disappointed in what you do, but I'm not gonna say anything more. And then she just scolded me for everything. I couldn't believe what I saw, what I hear. She just scolded me for everything. She said I need to shut my mouth and not interfere with it. I didn't even fucking interfere with anything. And I had no right to say anything. You hurt my best friend. You lied to him for a few months. Yes, I had the right to interfere a little bit, actually. I said I'd never interfere, but I have a right to say my mind about that. And she just, it was like I didn't mean anything to her anymore. Like, I was just nothing for her anymore, just because I said one thing, just because I said I was disappointed in her. So that was when I discovered that even though she was like a sister to me, I never meant anything to her. And that's the thing that probably hurted me the most in my entire life, because that was a friendship of 2 years and suddenly, boom, done. I don't really feel good about thinking about it right now. I actually feel a bit sad now. Sorry. Anyway, but that's also a thing why I was friends with her for 2 years and suddenly she does that. Suddenly like that. I said everything to her. She said everything to me and then just boom, I don't mean anything. Anything to her. I felt hurt. My best friend even said it to me. You are more hurt than me, and she broke up with me. You guys were friends, but you hurt me even more than I am. And actually, I was sort of true. I was very, very sad about that. Also, very angry at her. But and in my mind, some way, I honestly hope someday everything will be good between us. But I know that will never happen. And I also don't. I kind of want it to happen, but I also don't want it to happen, because what she did, she really hurt me. And also my best friend, just because she was lying. And I don't know. And also another friend that I had now, again, for another friend, and this time it's a guy, it's a man. Well, he was also a gamer like me. He was a bit of an obsessive gamer, because all his money, but literally all his money, went to gaming and tattoos. He never had any money left, never. If he got his paycheck from something, in 1 day or in 2 days it was all gone. Either tattoos or gaming. It was really bad. He couldn't save anything of his money. But he was a playboy, a real flirter. Like, he could wrap every single woman around his finger. And I don't even know how he did that, or how women fell into that, because he was a cheater, and one of the biggest cheaters I ever know. If he had a girlfriend, he would, and that's not overreacted, not exaggerated, he would cheat on her every day with another woman. Every day another woman. Really, I don't know how he did that, or how women believed him. He was like, yeah, you're my true love, and he's my true love. Why do you believe that? Why do they believe that? I didn't understand how they could believe that. But, and in the beginning I was a bit annoyed that he did that, because that was so disrespectful against women. And I hate, if there's something I hate, it's disrespectfulness against women. I could become really angry about that. But those women were actually, now I'm gonna get a bit hate of that, but they were actually kind of stupid, because I wanted to warn them against him. I was like, he's not what you think he is. He may sound like a very sweet and good guy, but he's not. Well, I didn't say that literally to them, but I gave them sort of hints. And then after they got cheated on, or they know that he used them, they were like, why didn't you warn me? And I was like, really? Really? I did warn you, but you didn't listen to me. And I was like to my friend, like, you know, you can do whatever you want with those women. I'm not going to complain anything anymore, because I'm kind of sick with it. But don't do it with any of my friends or none of the people I know. Don't do it. But and suddenly after 2 years and a bit, he was planning to go and have sex with a good friend of mine. Just because of that. And she had a boyfriend. And he was willing to do that because he doesn't care about other people's relationships. And he literally said it to my face he was going to do that. And that was our one agreement. Our one little agreement that he would not touch any of my friends. And I just said it to his face. I didn't become angry, but inside I was boiling. I said to him, you are not going to lay any finger on her. You're not going to talk to her. You're not going to do anything to her. She has a very good relationship right now. You're not going to touch her. You're not going to hurt her. You're not going to do anything to her. And that's the only thing I said. And I became angry, but I was boiling inside. And after that day, I never saw him again, and I never want to see him again. Because he's not going to do that. Again, why I have trust issues in people. And why it's so hard for me to trust someone. It's never been easy to me to trust someone, to open my heart to someone, to talk to someone. But because of all these experiences, I also have more experience, but these are the ones that now come into my head. It's like why I'm still so shy and I don't open my heart to more people. Because of all these experiences I unfortunately had. I hope someday I'll meet someone that I could trust. And well, that's not a friend of mine, but I could spend my life with together. I really hope, because it's really hard for me to just say to someone, hey, I want to hang out with you, because I don't trust anyone. What if they do the same to me? What if we're friends for 2 years and suddenly it's like, bam, you don't mean anything to me? I don't want that anymore. And how can I believe that what they say to me is true? I don't know how. Maybe I'm just a little bit paranoid for that, but I really don't know how. I hope someday there will be a good person that I will find. So I want to actually apologize because this video, because it's not really that happy-go-lucky, but I always try to stay optimistic. That's one of the things I always want to do. One of my own rules I can say, always stay optimistic, always stay happy. And I always try to do that. And I want to thank my friends that actually are trustworthy, because I do have friends that are trustworthy. Like my very first friend that I got when I was 10 years old, he's still a good friend of mine, a very good friend of mine. And other people like my best friends are more. And I want to thank, I'm not going to say any names because anonymous, just anonymous. I don't know, anonymity? Just anonymous, okay? I want them to stay anonymous because maybe they don't want me to say their names. But I want to thank them for being trustworthy and for being there for me. So I was Flash, and I hope you guys have a dashing good day, and I'll see you guys next time.